Dear viewers and listeners, it is always a pleasure to interact with you. I hope that you have enjoyed all the posts that we have done before, but even more, that you will enjoy the topic at hand. I'm Dr. Duncan Elliot Tembo, and I will be discussing a topic that is titled, When You Know Who You Are. When you know who you are. I would like to start by just telling, a story, an hypothetical story. There is a man that always had desire to visit Europe. He was to travel by ship, and that journey was to take about a month. He had to work hard to raise the money for the ticket, and that's all that he could. He started off, and it was very exciting for him because this is what he had always dreamed of. On that ship, there was good music. There was very nice places, that were allocated to them, where they were sleeping from. There was also very good food and drinks. When he was leaving, he carried some food for the journey. Obviously, it was not enough, and because of that, he kept on, just rationing, just to make sure that he does not run out. He met some people who became friends, and time and again they could invite him that they go for lunch together, they go for dinner together, but he always refused for fear that he may end up, incurring bills that he would not manage to pay. And against that background, he time and again insisted that he would rather go to his room and have the meals from there. He lived like that on the ship, and ultimately the food was running out. It would actually give you a sense that, this man was starving. Yeah, obviously he tried his best, but I can see that, it wasn't easy. But you see, one thing that he did not know was the fact that the ticket that he got had food on it, had drinks covered, and full entertainment. Unfortunately, he didn't know about this. And you see, that is what not knowing can do to you, to me. When you don't know who you are, when you don't know what you are carrying, you may live a life that is mediocre, that is below average, just because you don't know. I came to provoke you, to look at yourself, to critically think about yourself. I know that there are many of us who don't know who we are, who don't know what we carry inside us. We have not understood our abilities. We have not understood our potentials. Anyway, for us, we are not worried because we don't know. But really, we are depriving ourselves, and we are depriving the societies where we come from, the nations, and the whole world, just because we don't know. Just like that man who starved throughout the journey, just because he did not know what he was carrying. There is also another very exciting story, that is told about a king. So this king had a number of wives, and one of the ladies that he just met became pregnant for this king. But she left that place almost immediately to a faraway place. When she got there, she delivered. Unfortunately, she didn't live long. She passed on and left a bouncing baby boy. The boy was taken care of by the grandparents, and it took time for them to come and know that actually that boy was the son of the king. By the time they knew, he was deep into average life. He periodically used to dress in rags. He went to a very average school. And he struggled with a lot of things. When the king learned that he had a child, the life for this boy changed immediately. Somebody who was walking long distances to go to school, somebody who could not even manage the books, the bag to carry the books, was now being driven in very expensive cars, was now going to very expensive schools. The life that he was leading was now very different. He had people to drive him. He had escort where he was going. He was now being treated very differently. Everybody respected him. After they knew who he was. After he knew who he was. I want you to think about this. You see, when you read the Bible in Psalms, and I would like to read this, chapter 82, verse 6, the Bible says, I said, you are God's sons of the Most High, all of you. And this is what the Bible says about us. That is who we are. If you are the son of the president, you know, just that name that you are the son of the president, the society will treat you very differently. Even when you do not have money, you can move from one point to another. You are very well covered. There is no reason why you should struggle because of who you are, because of what you carry. You know, when God created you and me, He put that great potential inside us. We are like a seed that is viable, that has got potential to grow. And that potential is loaded inside. Whether you realize it or you don't realize it, the truth is you carry so much inside you. Obviously, because of circumstances, because of the environments that have surrounded us, many people have failed to become who they are destined to be because they did not know who they are. You are created to be an eagle. You know, I like this bird, the eagle. It is very unique. It flies at a very high altitude. It's admirable. It's mentioned a lot of times in the Bible. Even when you read other books, the story, the abilities of the eagle are very well documented. It is one bird that has got very high focus. And they say that even when it is 5 miles, it can still pick greater detail. That's why even when it is up in the air, it can see that rat in the ground. It is so focused that it would come down and just come straight at that point until it picks that prey. It does not allow itself to get distracted and flies back. When we know who we are, what we are meant to be, and we begin to chase that, at that point, life becomes very fulfilling. And again, I don't care where you are and where you have started from. Whether you are sweeping the house of somebody today, that's okay. You could just be staying in the house as a housewife. That is also fine. You could just be working at that farm. That's okay. But you see, that should just be the starting point. You are the son of the Most High God. God has put greater potentials inside you. God has put greater abilities inside you. The last thing you can do is to live and die without those potentials fulfilling the purpose for which they were put there. I would like to conclude by just briefly, talking about the vision. You see, with the potentials that you have, keep, that vision about your life alive. That ability to see what others have not seen about you. That ability to see certain things before others see them. That ability to see further than what others can see about you. People will judge you within what they see. They know your height, they know the family where you come from, they know the type of work, that you do. But they are those things, those potentials that they can't see. While they see just a common man, you are actually carrying a president inside you. You are carrying that manager inside you. You are carrying, that director inside you. You are carrying that great footballer inside you. That great musician who is supposed to impact the whole world inside you. And you are seated on that. I would ask you to think about this critically. I would not want you to end up being, a dwarf that is a giant inside. I am hoping that you can explode out of that shell. I am hoping that you can meet, those right opportunities. I am hoping that you can meet people that can provoke you to be able to see, to be able to realize who you are. I am hoping that you can tap into the right strengths and pursue what you're supposed to become. I am hoping that you can also meet, destiny helpers until you become what you're supposed to become. I have no doubt that you're a great person because you are the Son of the Most High God and you're filled with all the abilities, with everything that you need to become that great person. Don't be a dwarf when you should be a giant. Don't be a dwarf when you should be a giant. Don't live average because only the best is good enough for you and it should happen in your time. Thank you for listening and God bless you.